What is good, Ninja? OJ over here from Player Essence, and welcome to another PE News. Today, we've got two amazing topics because we will be discussing how Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet will probably be coming to Nintendo Switch, or at least has a shot at coming to the Switch. And also, Nintendo states that they have no plans to release the standalone Switch unit without the dock in the Americas. So that seems like it's going to be like a My Nintendo Japan type of deal only. But before we get into the news, guys, we've been doing really good with the likes lately. You guys have really been helping circulate my videos a lot more. And once again, we still haven't quite hit that 700 like goal, but the offer is still there, guys. If this video or any of the future videos that I have for right now get 700 likes, we will have a $5 eShop giveaway to one lucky viewer in the comment section below. So go ahead and hit that like button. Let's go ahead and get right into this. And we are starting off with Sword Art Online, and the franchise has a chance at coming to the Nintendo Switch. So Bandai Namco Entertainment is pondering the possibility of bringing the franchise to the Switch, and I think that obviously would be a good idea. Now, during a Q&A session, Sword Art Online series producer Yusuke Futami and Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet producer Keiichi Minami said that they are seriously considering expanding Sword Art Online to the Switch. Minami mentioned he is, quote, first and foremost a gamer, so he would like to see Sword Art Online on the Nintendo Switch. He's now talking to Futami and his superiors to see whether they could make it happen. As for many customers and members of the Sword Art Online fanbase that are playing Nintendo Switch, Futami said that he's fully considering it and feels positive about the idea. So that's something that they were asked before Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet launched. They're like, okay, well, you know, at the time that we were making this game, like, there was no Nintendo Switch, and we just wanted to get the game out to as many people as possible. But now that the Switch is established and it's selling well and it's Bandai Namco, obviously they're going to try to switch this over to the Nintendo Switch. I'm pardon the pun there. But if you look at the sales for Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, it really didn't do that well. It did okay in Japan on the PS4. I don't think it even released on the Xbox One. The PC, I'm not even sure if it released on there either. But even on PC here, I mean, it didn't do that great in the West, and the Xbox One version literally flopped the second that it dropped. I know the PS4 version did a little bit better when it comes to Western sales, but I still think that in Japan, it pretty much sold the most there. I mean, we still need to wait and see. So it might have done better here in the West just because there's just way more people with PS4s, and they have the systems that it actually released on, whereas Japan, it was pretty much a PS4 exclusive for the most part. But I do want to talk about this because I discussed this a while ago, back when Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, and pretty much everybody in my live streams or in my gameplay videos were like, okay, is this coming to Switch? Is this coming to Switch? Is this coming to Switch? Well, here you go. They pretty much are looking into it. They're talking to the superiors, so maybe we see something by Tokyo Game Show. They can get a build up and running of Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. And to kind of go like, where would they start? Because there is a number of Sword Art Online games. I would say Fatal Bullet would be a great place to start. It's a really cool game that actually gives you swords in addition to guns to shoot. It's a bunch of like Japanese Borderlands stuff. That's pretty much what I call it, Japanese Borderlands. So I would be completely happy with Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet coming down. For those who don't know, Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet does run on the Unreal Engine 4, so it's definitely possible to bring it over to Nintendo Switch. Probably have to reduce some of the resolution or whatever the case is, but I'm pretty sure that they can still bring it over without too much problems because the game isn't a graphical beast or anything on the PS4 or the Xbox One. So I would really love to see them start with that. But I think the biggest thing with Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet coming over to Nintendo Switch is that the fan base has pretty much showed them a pretty clear desire that they want to be able to play Sword Art Online games portably. The PS Vita versions of these games always did really well, and I think that they would want to bring that success over. I think there's actually still quite a number of Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet fans, or just Sword Art Online fans, that are like, you know what, I'm not going to play this, so I'm just going to continue playing the older games on my PS Vita until we get that true portable version. Especially with Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, I was playing the game, but I stopped playing it just because this game is super grindy. You kind of have to replay stuff over and over to get certain drops and everything. A lot of side missions and stuff like that, and it would just be so much better on the Nintendo Switch. On top of that, the aiming, it's not bad, but it would be cool if you're able to use some like Jawa right there kind of built into the Nintendo Switch to line up some headshots and stuff. That would be so cool to play portable, or even having some of the IR with the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con. So there's a lot of stuff that they can do. I think they can actually make the game a little bit better when it comes to playability overall, being able to grind on the go or just lying down, relaxing, and being able to just build up and level up that way, or even using the Nintendo Switch Special special features in order to enhance the gameplay of the game. So I'm thinking that they looked at that and they kind of saw what was going on. They see the landscape, guys. We see the PS Vita and what it did with Sword Art Online. We've seen the sales. They see it as well. So that's the reason why they're talking and they're trying to get this discussion going. Obviously, if Sword Art Online did better on the Xbox One and PC and PS4, I'm not sure if we'd be having this conversation. Maybe we would be, but I think that the fact that the Xbox One version and the PC version necessarily didn't do as much, and the fans in general, we'll just talk about Japan alone, the fans in general demanded it. But I don't think you can really do much when all you have is just PS4 to go off of, and PS4 isn't even selling that amazingly in Japan after being on the market for 4+ years at this point. So I think you have to kind of expand a little bit, and we're seeing that with Bandai Namco, guys. We're seeing that with Bandai Namco. I think we're going to get Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. I think we'll get an announcement probably by Tokyo Game Show, or maybe by the end of the year we'll get some announcement for some type of Sword Art Online game. Maybe they start with the game before Fatal Bullet. Either way, just get the franchise on the Nintendo Switch. I think it'll be a lot better, and then I think they'll just work from there when it comes to just having Sword Art Online on the Nintendo Switch no matter what they do going forward. So I think this is something that needs to happen. I think that it will happen, and I feel very confident that the developers over at Bandai Namco, and just based on what they've said, talking to the superiors, what Bandai Namco has said, what they've said to their investors, that they're going to bring more games to the Switch, I think this is a great place to just kind of continue what they're doing. And they've seen great success even with some of the other ports, like the Naruto trilogy coming over. That was fantastic. That was up near the top of the eShop charts. He was even #1 at a lot of points. So I think that they're seeing that success, and I feel that we're going to get this going forward. So what do you guys think about Sword Art Online, Fatal Bullet, or other Sword Art Online games with the franchise coming over to Nintendo Switch? What the developers had to say here, they seem pretty positive about it. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving into the final topic for this video, we do have Nintendo discussing that they have no plans to sell Nintendo Switch systems without the dock in the Americas. Shout outs to Nintendo Everything for the article here. So Nintendo will now start selling Nintendo Switch systems without a dock in Japan on the My Nintendo store. That was announced last week. Now the company is looking to sell additional units to households who already have the system in there. So they already have a dock and everything. So maybe for like the next brother or sister, you got Yokai Watch coming out, you got some different games, Pokemon probably coming. So you're probably gonna wanna have like another Switch there, but just play it portably like a Nintendo 3DS, right? However, the new SKU that they have there in Japan does lack the dock, the Joy-Con grip, AC adapter, or HDMI cable. Obviously a lot of stuff that you would need to play it in the home console mode. And if you're hoping for the same dockless Switch here in the West, obviously that's not going to be happening. Nintendo is not going to be extending to other regions. They just said that, quote, they have no plans to release this configuration in the Americas. So there you go. So some people online were saying, oh, well, it would be better if they had that option for the West. But I have to think of it like this. It all goes on marketing, right? It all goes on marketing and what Nintendo's trying to push. If they're really trying to push the fact in the Americas, like hardcore, that this is a hybrid, you can play it anywhere that you want, and that is what they really want to push, I'm not sure if having that option there is available, so people just start calling it a handheld. Heck, people have already been starting to do that and not realizing, no, it's a hybrid. Now, if Nintendo removed that from the West in terms of how people think, the thought process here, guys, I'm just talking about that, that might be a bad thing for the overall marketing of the Switch. People just might start calling it a handheld, a handheld, a handheld, which Nintendo doesn't want that. Now, in Japan, you can do some things that you wouldn't be able to do here in the West based on the media. I think in Japan, considering that so many people use the Switch as a handheld anyways, and they're not really worried when it comes to the whole hybrid handheld, I don't think that's an issue there. I don't think it'd be as a hit as much in the media because they won't blow it out to that proportion in Japan. But here in the West, they definitely would do so. Heck, we got a question on the Spawncast, somebody saying, oh, well, is Nintendo removing the dock? Is that like one way showing that they're going to get out of the console market? These are the type of questions, these are the type of articles that would come about if Nintendo did that. And I don't think Nintendo wants that out there. Now, if the West wasn't so like clickbait happy to make articles like that, I think that we would maybe see that, or just potentially. But I think it's just the base of what Nintendo wants to do. They don't want people to think we're not making a home console. They don't want that. They don't want people to think this is a handheld only. So I can see why they're saying no plans in the West, because you know good and well the next articles are going to be like, Nintendo's going to only go the handheld route. Nintendo's not making any more home consoles, even though the Switch is more powerful than any other type of portable, dedicated device that we've ever had, and it's clearly based on, like, you know, getting power enough to have the home console experience. Without that dock in the package when it comes to the West, you're going to see those articles, you're going to see people already saying that, so I can understand why Nintendo doesn't want to do that. And if you really want to have a Switch without the dock or whatever the case is, I guess you can sell yours or do whatever. But either way, I think it'd be cool, but at the same time, you've got to be very careful with those things, because you know good and well that's what's going to happen, and then it's going to put them in a tight spot when it comes to them talking about it. Like, no, it's still a hybrid. Okay, well, yeah, it's a hybrid, but it doesn't come with the stuff that you need. That's not a hybrid, you know? So I think that in the Americas and the West, it's probably a better idea just to keep it the way it is. People are buying the system. It's not like people are saying that it's way too expensive for people to purchase. A lot of people are buying the system each month, even with not as many games coming out for it for other systems, yet it's still selling really well. Usually second place throughout this whole year, and even winning an MPD or two this year. So I don't really think that that's a bad thing. In order to just kind of keep it the way it is, you're doing good, keep that SKU, and make sure people know that yes, it is a hybrid. Everything you get in the package lets you play on the go and also at home. So what do you guys think about this when it comes to Nintendo not trying to sell dockless Switch in the West? I kind of figured this would be a Japan only thing, and I talked about that. I was like, you know what, this will probably be only Japan. I doubt Nintendo would bring it over, and here we go. At least at this point. Maybe later down the line, maybe when they have some type of revision or something, they can bring that out, but I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon, guys. At least not for the Americas. Japan, they're already gonna have that there. So let me know your thoughts on that. In addition to Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, what do you guys think about that? What do you think about the Sword Art Online franchise potentially coming over to Nintendo Switch? Seems like that's going to be a positive thing or happening. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube Live gaming pages and consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace!